ready?
Ready.
Yesterday there was sun and there was rain.
Stop looking at me!
Hi everybody, welcome.
Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jojo and today I will be doing the husband and wife tag with my beloved. How this is going to work is I have kind of narrowed down the questions to about 25. I think originally there were about 35 questions and then I thought that that's going to take a long time to answer and we'll kind of go back and forth with the answers, I think. So if you guys don't know, this is my lovely husband. This is Isaac. We're just going to jump into the questions. So the first question is, when did we meet?
In 2008, but that means
No,
nothing
it was,
to anybody.
it was 2007. We were teenagers basically. It
Yeah,
was
that's what I'm saying.
It was a long time ago. How many
When we
years
were
ago?
little babies. 12 years ago. I mean, that was it. Should I go
Well,
into more
that's it.
details? I mean,
Okay.
there's 25. I feel like I need to save something.
This is a pretty good question. When did you know I was the one?
Probably 6 months after we started dating, and I feel like, you know, I've gone back and forth on being like, I'm interested, I'm not interested. I'm like, man, I gotta make a decision here. I'm kind of just throwing you around. I did analyze some pros and cons.
Pros and cons.
I decided the pros outweighed the cons. That sounded so unromantic.
Oh,
There's more romance in that, in my mind.
For reference, 6 months after we started dating was like 5 years into us
Right.
meeting each other.
Right.
And we were in separate countries as well. I was in New Zealand, he was in America.
And
so
we had pretty much dated, like it was like,
long distance. It was like old school snail mail and phone cards.
yeah, real deep love stuff, you know? You're real nice.
How did I know you were the one? This was pretty soon after we met. I was only, I think I had just turned 19. And I was in New Zealand, he had gone back to America and we had spent a month together and we had this like undeniable chemistry, but we didn't really think it would go anywhere because we were just kids. But I think I knew you were the one when I was at home and I started crying and my mum said to me, "You miss Isaac, don't you?" Yes! And I don't know why, but like something in me kind of clicked because I feel like mums are so intuitive about things and why I miss you so much.
A few days after I left.
Yeah, and that's what made me decide to pursue you the way that I did. That I was just like, I have to marry you.
Man, you're all in quick.
Come on, no mucking around with the Joe.
Mate.
Mate, you took ages. Yeah, anyways, that's a different story.
That could have been some
I didn't care. I
weirdo.
honestly didn't care. But how long did it take to plan the wedding?
It was about 3 months, I think.
It was
From
about
getting
3.
like visa to being like, here's the date.
Yeah.
But, so yeah, that one quick,
It
3 months.
was super fast because it was all around immigration stuff, so we just had to make it work. When did we get married?
June 16th,
I've forgotten as well.
2012.
Number 5, how long have we been married?
We've been married for coming up on 8 years.
That's insane to think about. Babe, that's really unclassy.
You can edit that
Oh
out.
yeah, no.
Nobody has to see that.
So number 6, how did you propose? Here we go. Brace yourself, everybody.
You know, I felt more proud of my proposal than I think you did. I don't even think you really liked it, but I liked it. So I built this boat. Well, I took a canoe, a really crappy canoe, and I modified it. I put a little chair in there and it flipped down into a table and then it flipped up and it was upholstered.
Ooh.
And it was all painted.
Luxury.
You know,
It was cool. It was cool.
So you know, then I put this like PVC pipe from the back, and that sounds nasty, but I painted black so it looked really classy. And then I cantilevered this long like suspension arm over the whole thing and put these grass hula skirts. It looked like this little grass canopy roof above his canoe. It was super romantic. The thing was so wobbly that we were scared to move in it.
When you asked me on that date, you said bring a change of clothes.
Yeah, I think I was surprised we didn't flip. Took my car battery out.
That was cool.
And hooked it up, and my car battery just like puttered us around. I was super nervous. I was like,
oh man, he was a wreck.
Yeah,
You were like shaking. You couldn't even look at me, and I was just like, dude, what is wrong with you? Like, get a grip.
out of all the people you know, and you don't have to put this in the video,
You're gonna be
but
weird.
how many people have had a better proposal than that?
The effort was like an A+. I think you put in so much effort to that. I think how it went because you were so nervous and the boat was so wobbly. I think it could have gone a lot smoother. Do you know what I mean?
Come on!
Sorry, honey.
You're saying the planning was perfect, the execution was poor.
That's right. 8 years later, it's kind of going. So it wasn't a completely smooth day, but in the end I said yes, so we're all good. So number 7, how many children did I want before marriage?
Dude, I don't even think you knew.
No, I didn't know.
How many children do you want now, though?
I want 4. I think ideally I would have wanted 2, a girl and a boy. I think that's just what everybody wants.
Nah, I wanted more.
Really?
3, 4. I like kids. The kids are fun.
Yeah.
Kids make it really good.
Can you open this? Here's a good one.
Uh-oh.
Number 8. What is my worst habit? You can answer that first.
Oh man.
What's
what is
my
your worst
habit?
habit?
I don't have any bad habits.
This has got to be one of the most annoying habits.
I'm kind of nervous.
Every time I go into the fridge,
Oh,
there is just one little thing left inside of the bag, and you're like, are you serious? You couldn't eat that one M&M? Like that wasn't a part of your plan? Or you had to have the 7 M&Ms, but leave the last one because that was just too much. It put you over the edge. This is just yesterday. You're doing baking, and you're like making... You're making muffins, chocolate chip muffins, and you're pouring a whole bag of chocolate chips into a cup. And you had to leave 5. And I was like, you're telling me that those 5 didn't fit in that cup. You're like, the recipe didn't call for them. Ridiculous.
I do that. I don't know why.
I don't know why either. What's my worst? I don't know. Okay,
Oh,
you can get
Here we go. Your worst habit. One thing that that I really struggle with is his time management. Okay. In my head, I'm struggling with the kids at home. I'm prepared for you to be home, and you don't come home for like another 2 hours past what you've said.
I think my worst habit is that every time the kids have to go to bed, I get on the toilet.
Yeah. When I'm like, okay, it's time to put the kids to bed, and he's like, oh, how convenient, I have to go to the toilet.
It's my body clock. It knows that it's going to be a struggle, so it knows I need to go to the bathroom.
So you take your phone with you into the bathroom, and the kids are going crazy in the next room, and you're like...
It's unintentional. Actually, I think it is unintentional.
Very much planned. Number 9, what is my best habit? Say something nice.
Well, I don't know if this classifies as habit, attribute.
A habit is just something that you automatically do, I guess.
Right. Your time management, but then you kind of like combine it with thoughtfulness. So like you're really good, but like you're really good at looking at their needs, planning that out, and then actually like sticking with that plan. And it's a lot of finagling. It's a lot of finesse.
Aww.
You nailed it.
I'm trying to think of your best habit. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
In terms of like habitual and what comes quite naturally for you. So you have a lot of good attributes, but I'm trying to like narrow it down to something really nice, a good habit that you do. I think your cleanliness is really nice. It's the norm for you to be tidy. Like you're not a messy guy, and I quite like that because I think I'd really struggle living with somebody that was messy. Your cleanliness is a good habit.
I see. I like that you look sexy. That's a habit.
Who wears the pants in the relationship?
I wear the sweatpants. No.
The kids wear the pants.
I can honestly say that I feel like we're pretty solid team effort. We both have our strong suits, and we dominate that area in the sense of like take leadership.
There are different areas to the pants.
I wear one leg, but we do both wear skinny pants. I burped. Edit that out.
Oh, this is such a good one. If you could get rid of one thing that belongs to me, what would it be?
Man. Try 1,000 things. Some of your makeup. Shoes. You have too many like shoes. All that crap in those drawers.
It's not crap.
All your skincare products.
Have you seen this? Thanks, product. You're a real minimalist. I'm trying to think of one thing that you wear or you carry around with you that bothers me. It's probably the slippers. They're getting a little bit manky. He wears things till they're dead pretty much.
She threw my flip-flops away, and they were good flip-flops.
And
they were
his
fine.
last slippers away.
No need to buy new stuff if your stuff is great.
Who is the better cook?
You.
I would say you.
I'd say you.
Oh, thanks, babe. What do we argue most about?
Money.
Yeah, I think that's a good one. I would say most people do just to make myself feel better. What was our last argument about? We had an argument this morning.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, we did.
Come to think of it, I'm angry again.
Yeah, because of all this coronavirus thing going around, Isaac is at home now working.
Tell you what we argued about. Let me tell you.
How clean I like the island.
Here you come walking in the kitchen, ho hum, and you're like, see this spot on the island? This is what I don't like. And I say to myself, woman!
Oh no, you didn't! Who is more affectionate?
You.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm pretty affectionate, but I think you're probably a bit more.
That's lovely. What is something that I enjoy doing with you? We enjoy eating together. We renovated a whole house together and we enjoyed it. Like, I don't ever recall getting stressed out with you.
I reckon our favorite thing to do together is cafe though.
Yeah, cafe.
You're at a cafe.
Yeah, we like our
That's
cafe
probably
dates.
our favorite.
Who is the funny one? You are.
I'm silly. I think you're funny when you're silly, but there's a lot of times you're not silly. So, it makes you not funny.
Okay, who is more outgoing?
I think we both are on our good days.
I think we're both. I think in like a social setting, you're a lot more outgoing.
Probably.
You're a bit more like life of the party. Everybody likes some Isaac. Would I prefer to stay in or go out on Friday night?
Man, that yawn says it all.
I reckon. Where you've got kids, you want to stay in most nights.
So when we hear about the coronavirus, I'm obviously very sad about the whole situation, but I was very excited to hear that I would just be at home. That sounds kind of nice.
At this point in time with 3 children.
You feel so worn out throughout the day that you don't even want to do anything else.
That's right, so stay in by far. Have I ever gotten something for you didn't like?
Yeah. There was that Christmas present I didn't like and it turns out I actually liked it.
Yes. I bought you a mortar and pestle and it was a really nice one. It was Jamie Oliver and it was really legit and he was like, no. But he actually ended up using it a lot. One thing that you got me that I wasn't a huge fan of.
I feel like almost every single birthday I got something you don't want.
Yeah. Yes, it was the first birthday together, so it was my 24th birthday. I had just started picking up painting and art again. And you got me an easel. And I was kind of like, sorry.
It's okay. We worked through this, I think.
But I still feel bad about it. What is the best gift I have ever gotten you? The children's. They were a good gift. They didn't come easy.
I know. There's Lowe's gift cards for Christmas that you used.
Babe, I'm sad about that.
I was gonna say it was the wetsuit. That's the one that came to mind, so I think we should agree on that one because I can't think of a better one.
Best thing that you've ever gotten me. One thing that really comes to mind is I really loved these soy candles in New Zealand. I found them at a market. And one Christmas, I only got one because they were a little bit pricey. So you bought me like 3 of them. I was stoked.
It was nice. From the heart.
Thanks, appreciate it. What is something I cannot live without?
I think you can't live without me.
Yeah, it's a good one.
No, you can't. You just use that back on me. That's lame.
I would think that the one thing you can't live without is, I want to say hot sauce or beans. What do you think?
Can't live without Jesus. Out of my whole life, the one thing you couldn't, I couldn't survive without. That's how my mind thinks.
Use one word to describe me.
Mate. She's my mate. That could mean
G-rated.
You can cut that out. That can mean friendly. Yeah, everything. You're my mate. Came out on top of that one.
I have a lot.
You're gonna struggle.
Yeah, no, I've got a ton of words to describe you, Betty. Look out. If I could describe you anyway, I think I'd just call you my friend.
My buffle.
My
Buffle.
BFF.
BFFL. Best friend for life.
What? Or I would think that you're really funny. Yeah. You always keep me laughing, so I would call you funny as well. What is my best physical trait?
You said G-rated, so I said womanliness.
Oh my gosh. You're not getting this.
Cut that out. Good thing we have editors. Physical trait.
Yeah.
I feel like it's your hair. That's just because I like hair. You have a guy with a lot of hair, I like that. That's gross.
Isaac's best physical trait? Dude, look at his smile.
So what she means by crooked teeth.
I love his crooked tooth. It's because your smile's just so
Don't look at my crooked teeth.
And his blue eyes. He's lovely. And what is my best personality trait? That's the last question, by the way.
Best
Make it a good one.
personality.
Don't overcomplicate it,
It's the
hon.
last question, you gotta make it good. I think you're very thoughtful. Like, I'm very selfish. So when I think about
Yeah, you
myself, I just think about myself. And you think about a lot of other people, it's nice.
Your best personality trait is probably your humor.
Not my good looks, not my double chin.
Oh, that's nice too. You always seem to maintain your humor and your like optimism.
That's nice.
Yeah. Alright guys, so that is us doing the marriage tag. And if you're a couple, I kind of want to hear your guys' tag as well. I think it's a fun way to like unpack really how you feel about each other. So it could go north or south.
We edited all the south out.
If you guys liked, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Join me in my next video. And do not forget to like and subscribe.
Toodle pip.
Toodle pip.